Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. I have had technology issues like you would not believe today, but all is good. We've gotten rid of echoes. We figured out what was going on with blurry screens, and I think this will be the most perfect YouTube yet. So we are going to go over sketch 3 from the virtual crop from April. I am in love with this one. It is a perfect one to use to transition from one Fast2Fab set to another, and I will show you why. It is also has nice clean lines. It allows you to use some really fun papers. We're going to do a little bit of magic mats in the middle of this, and we're going to cut a Fast2Fab page, and I'll show you why. So let's just hop on over to the desktop and get started. So if I have way too much energy today, it's because I'm coming off of a square dance weekend. It is my other love. I love things that start with S's, apparently. Square dancing and scrapbooking. So anyway, let's look at this. And we have sketch 3. Now, this was a really neat one. It has this border that carries through. It looks like it's going underneath and comes out the other side. You get to use some fun papers here and here. It has this color around the outside, which then blends nicely with this. As you can see, I changed it up like I always do. So I made these pictures a little bit bigger because they needed to be a little bit bigger. And I added a photo up there because who doesn't want a photo of their kids having fun at breakfast together on the way to a Christmas market? So, so that's what I did with this page. Oh, also these write-on whites. If you have not used these, you can just put these anywhere where they work, and you can get your journaling right on your page. So if you have not gotten those yet, I highly, highly recommend. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our pages. So I started this one a couple of times and had to start over due to technical issues. So I have this piece of paper already cut. So since it's already cut, I'm going to show you how I cut it. So I started with this Fast2Fab page. This is my Fast2Fab page. We are flipping it top to bottom. So this border is going to get incorporated in as this border. And this is going to be our background paper here. And so we just need to add this around the outside to get started. So let's talk about how to do that. To cut that L shape, I brought it over 1 inch because we need 1 inch along the top and the bottom of this particular one. And then I brought this down to 3 inches. Now, I brought the front of the casing to 4, which brings the cut line to 3, and just brought it straight down. Then we can just take it across and do the exact same thing, giving our paper legs. So we're going to bring this down to the 4, and we're going to cut down. And now we can rotate the paper, put it on the, make sure this is actually under the thing, and then put it on the 3. And we can cut from here to here. So we're going to bring it to the 1 inch for the cut line, 2 for the front of the thing. We're going to bring it down to 11 for the cut line, 12 for the front of the carriage. And now we have this piece that's going to go right here on our page. So do that out of the way, and we'll move on to the next step. Now, the next thing I did is I oftentimes have to change the orientation of my pictures of the pictures on the page, because my pictures that are next in line are of this really, really cute little restaurant that we stopped in. They had said they were completely full, and then they went ahead and they managed to get us in. So I'm going to put these pictures on here, and I already have them matted. I'll show you how to make these mats in just a minute, because we are going to go over magic mats again. But I am going to add these right down here and see how we already have our border down here. So that makes it super fun and simple. And this side of the page is just going to come together so fast. So I've got the border in here already. That's part of this. We have the other color in here. Now we just want to maybe add a journal box. So I think I'm going to add this one over here because it's Christmas time. Add an embellishment down here in the corner. That one would be fun, but it's a little big. I think I'm just going to add this in I think that's enough. So I'm going to add this in to fill up this space. I'm going to write my writing here. And so now this page just came together super fast. Now let's see what the other side is going to look like. It's also going to come together fast, which is what I love about fast to fab pages. Now this other side, I am transitioning over to some Christmas pages to go into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day at the Christmas markets. That's a lot of Christmases. So since I'm transitioning over, it's really nice to use a page that covers the whole page, right? So this sketch, if you look, has an 8-inch piece that goes here and a 4-inch piece that goes there, thus covering this entire page and gives us an excellent sketch for transitioning. So I'm going to just use the same color that I used for my border on the other side. And now I need an 8-inch strip of this. And I love these dots, super fun. And remember, we're going to pull up our little foot. And now we're going to cut that 8 inches. Actually going to bring this one on top because I want more space over here, and you'll see why in just a minute. Now, to get the complete look, to make these pages really go together, let me show you. We want this look right here, and we want that for this area over here because it just pulls it through. So we're going to cut the actual Fast to Fab page. Now you might be going, oh, Cassie, oh no, we're going to cut the page. But really, these pages are $1 or $2. And think about it. When you're buying paper and you're buying different colors of cardstock and you are getting borders and all the different things that you need, honestly, it works out just fine to do it this way. So I need to measure and make sure that I get the right parts of this. Where did my clear ruler go? There it is. So we want it to be like this. We want it to go from here to here. So we need it to be 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom. So, and we need it to be a 2 by 10 piece. So we're just going to go ahead and take off this 1 inch. I'm going to go ahead and take off this other side. It'll be easier to cut. And it's never going to be a page again, right? So we need it to be 2 inches by 10 inches, but we need it to be the middle 2 inches by 10 inches because remember, an inch was covered down here and an inch was covered here. So we're going to take an inch off here. We're going to take an inch off here. Has anybody else ever cut a Fast to Fab page to get what you want out of it? And now you can't answer me. So anyway, we're going to come over here and we're going to tape this down. And we want it up against here, but we want it 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom. Now look how full this is. It really pulls this page together. It looks like it comes off the other side. You have the border already there. The paper matches. It's just a rock star move. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my pictures, which in all of the frustration with the, there we go, got thrown all over the place. Okay, so now I want these little photos. And I want them 2.5 by 2.5. And I'm going to cut these little Santas out. Now, this Santa was a hoot. We were at this Christmas festival, and he has a special Santa room upstairs, which you'll see in some pages in a little while. But he was out there like hooting and hollering it up and getting everybody to cheer for him. And the crowd was going wild. It was just so fun to watch the Santa having that much fun being Santa. And he went up, when we went upstairs to meet him, he wanted everybody to come over and talk to him. And he got a little miffed if you didn't pay attention to him. I was dying. He was like, hello, it's Christmas, and this is my show. So we've got our 2.5-inch photos, and now we would like to mat these. So this is a great time to just pull out your folder and find yourself the cranberry paper that'll work. Let's see. This is 3 inches wide. Let's check it out. Yep, it's bigger than 3. So we're going to go ahead and cut. So 3 and 3 by 3. I think that's maybe my favorite sketch yet. That's so fun. Okay, and map these 2 photos. And they're going to go right in here. Sketch. And they're just going to get scooted up a little because remember we flipped the sketch and we put the border at the bottom instead of the top. Just because that's where it was on the Fast to Fast page, and it really does doesn't matter. So these are going to go right down here. Don't worry, we'll balance it out with something up here in the corner. And now I'm going to switch from, this time I'm going to switch from horizontal to vertical. Now, I know I could have just switched these pictures, but I really want them to go in order. I'm an in order person. And so I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to. So I'm going to cut this down to 3.5. Let's see, I'll trim a little off this side first. And then I'm going to cut it over here. Look, that slims me up too. Perfect. That puffy jacket, I don't know. I love it, but it's not doing me any favors. Okay, and then I want this one to be 3 by 6. I'm going to go a little bit over here. Then over here, I get my baby girl with these flowers in the background. So now I want it to be 6.5 tall, right? And I just make it a whole box. So I'm going to make it 6.5 tall so that it has the 1/4 inch on either side. And then across, I need it to be 3.5 and 3 is 6.5. I need 1/4 inch on either side, so that's 7 1/4. So that's how you get that box, is you just figure out the different measurements that are going to go in there. Let's see if I got it right, because I did it really quick in my head instead of doing it ahead of time and writing it down. Silly goose. Okay. So that is there. Hey, it looks like I did something right today. Just there. This one over a little bit. Love repositionable tape. I don't even really know what I did before it existed. So this is going to go down here. Let's see. And I am going to save room up here because I can add a nice title. I can put a mat up there. Lots of fun things I can do. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. So, boom, boom. These are going to go there. Let's put this page down next to it, kind of give ourselves a feel. So we've got this mat here. So maybe we could use something that pulls that in. That's a cute, oh, I like that joy to the left. Yeah, that could go there. That would look nice. Anything else? And sometimes I would just go ahead. I think Joy to the World will look nice there. We could do season's greetings, but I don't like how those reds go there. Okay, So I'm going to slide this down just a little scoot, scoot. So that's going to go there. We're going to put Joy to the World up here. And like I said, you could also just add a photo up there if you wanted to, because I know people like to get a lot of photos on pages. This corner over here is great for an embellishment. Let's see what we have. Oh, there's a Christmas tree. Lots of fun stuff in the Joy to the World collection, and it's still available. So, let's do Santa, Christmas tree, and maybe an ornament. And there we go. So double cake spread comes together very quickly and easily, and you don't need to be afraid to cut a fab page to get the elements that you need to pull your page together. So anyway, I thought this one was super fun, and thanks for being here. I'll see you soon.